Good morning, children. Today we are going to see the next subtopic. Okay. That is force on a current carrying conductor in a magnetic field. Force on a current carrying conductor in a magnetic field. We have already studied about straight conductor, loop and then solenoid. Okay. So today we will study about force on a current carrying conductor in a magnetic field. Very important thing what we have studied already is electric current produces a magnetic field, that we have studied. Electric current, when it is allowed to pass through a conductor, what happens? It produces a magnetic field and exerts a force if you are keeping a magnet near. That is what we have studied in the straight conductor, solenoid and all those things, correct? Next thing what we are going to study is when a current carrying wire, okay, when a current carrying wire is placed in a magnetic field, that means a permanent magnet is used. If a permanent magnet is used, what happens? That's what we are going to see today. Okay, shall we see? We have studied that current flows from which terminal to which terminal? From the positive terminal to negative terminal. And one more thing which is very clear is the direction of the magnetic field. We have studied outside. It will move from north to south, and inside it will move from south to north, right? Two important things. Current will move from positive terminal to negative terminal, and magnetic field lines, when we are seeing in the magnetic field lines in the characteristics, if you see, they will move from north to south outside and south to north inside. It's very clear. Now this is the activity. Okay, I have taken a stand like this, and this is the stand. And this is a connecting wire. See, this is the connecting wire. In the textbook, it is somewhat different. So, I have given it very simple here. So, this is the connecting wire. Connecting wire, as usual, what are the things you have used? Battery, then key. You can also use rheostat if you are using, or we can just take it simple like this. Okay, rheostat and ammeter, if you want, you can take. Or these two things are very important, switch and battery. So now this is the connecting wire. What is done is here the connecting wire is connected to or connected to the series. Okay, these two things. It is connected in series and it is like this. And here this is the aluminium rod, which is 5 centimeters. See what are things in it I have taken here. Aluminium rod, which is 5 centimeters. Which you should allow it to swing. And a strong magnet. We have taken a strong permanent magnet, and the rod should be in between. It should be connected in series. And what happens we are going to see. See, to make it very simple, I will show you something. See, for example, if this is the stand. Okay, this is the stand and this is the aluminium rod which is tied to the stand. This is tied to the stand, and you should assume this as the connecting wire. This is the connecting wire, and this end will be connected to the switch, and this end will be connected to the battery. Like that you can. Okay, so if it is connected like this, now if you allow the aluminium rod like this, it will be swinging, right? And not having a magnet. So I have taken paper cutting. See here, south and north I have written. So this is the diagram actually, and the magnet is like this. When current is allowed to pass through from one end, we know that always current will move from the positive terminal to the negative terminal. It is coming like this, no? You should allow the magnet, we should keep the magnet like this and allow the aluminium rod to swing like that. When the current is coming like that, automatically when it comes to this end, when the current is coming from here, it is coming moving like this. When it comes to the aluminium rod, no, it will exert a force. And this aluminium rod will move forward like this. Okay, it will move forward like this. And then the current is going like this. So when it is moving, when it is coming here, a force is exerted. So something is happening here, no? So we will change the direction and see. See here, instead of north pole down, I will reverse it. Okay, south pole down and north pole up. If you keep like this, no, instead of moving towards the magnet, it will move away from the magnet. So something is happening there, we have understood. Now we will see what is happening there. Okay. So this diagram is very clear, I think, how it is connected. So from this activity, it is clear that the current carrying conductor experiences a force. Some force is exerted, no? So current carrying conductor experiences a force. The direction of the force, which direction? First I said it will move forward, and next time it will move backward. So the direction of force depends on the direction of the magnetic field. And one more line, the direction of the force also depends on the current. When you are doing this activity, one more thing you can try. Like instead of allowing current to pass through this side, you can reverse the battery and then the positive terminal will come this side. Allow current to pass from this side and see what is happening. Okay, opposite of this will happen. So it will reverse. So three important points. Current carrying conductor experiences a force. Then the direction of the force depends on the direction of magnetic field. The direction of force also depends on the direction of current. So they are perpendicular to each other. We have found it now. So to make it simple, Fleming's left hand rule is given. Fleming's left hand rule. So it is very clear that this rule is given by whom? Fleming. There are many Flemings. So I have given the full name, Sir John Ambrose. Okay. 1849 to 1945. So Sir Fleming's left hand rule. Already we have studied right hand thumb rule. You leave that, okay? What is right hand thumb rule? Tell with me. Imagine that you are holding a current carrying conductor in your right hand. Your thumb shows the direction of the current and the wrapped finger shows the direction of the magnetic field. So like this also it can be, like this also it can be. We have studied. Now Fleming's left hand rule. So three things are there. Thumb, forefinger and middle finger. In your textbook it is given as first finger and second finger. Anyway it can be written. Okay. This is thumb, forefinger, middle finger, or thumb, first finger and second finger it can be. So easily he has explained. How is it you know? See here, current is moving up. I have put the arrow like this. See, current is moving up and magnetic field is moving. This is the direction which I have shown here, north, south. I told you how to find the direction. This is north, south. Automatically this is east and west. So current is moving towards north and the magnetic field lines are moving towards west. Always use your left hand, okay? It is Fleming's left hand rule. See, for example, I'll keep like this. How they have kept, no? Same way I will keep like this. So if you are keeping like this, the rule tells, stretch your left hand, thumb, forefinger and middle finger. It should be mutually perpendicular to each other. Okay, it is very important. Stretch your thumb, forefinger and middle finger in your left hand and they should be mutually perpendicular to each other. See, it's not parallel, it is perpendicular to each other. So if you keep like this, no, they are perpendicular to each other. Thumb shows the direction of what? Nothing is shown, no. So we will see what is given here. The middle finger shows the direction of current. This forefinger shows the direction of magnetic field. So automatically opposite to that is what? Force. So thumb shows the direction of force or motion. Then the forefinger shows the direction of magnetic field and your middle finger shows the direction of current. Okay, this is Fleming's left hand rule. Can you tell with me? Stretch your left hand, thumb, forefinger and middle finger are mutually perpendicular to each other. Your thumb shows the direction of motion or force. Your forefinger shows the direction of magnetic field and your middle finger shows the direction of current. This is Fleming's left hand rule. Okay. So here also the same thing is seen. When current is moving down, it is mutually perpendicular to each other. So when current is moving like this, this is perpendicular to this and this is also perpendicular. So all the three things are very important. Thumb shows the direction of motion or force. To keep it Simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 letters, no thumb. Force is also 5 letters. Keep like that, okay? Thumb shows the direction of force. Forefinger shows the F is there. Forefinger shows the direction of field. Which field? Magnetic field. Middle finger shows the direction of what? Current. Okay? You take a pen and write it in your thumb. What will you write? F means force. And this you will put magnetic field, MF. And this one you will put current. It will be easy for you to remember because we are also going to study Fleming's right hand rule. Okay? So these two things, what we have studied is right hand thumb rule and Fleming's left hand rule. You should be very careful when you are studying. One more thing we are going to study. So quickly, if we can see a recap of what we have studied. And one more thing, force on a current carrying conductor. No, for example, what are the things? See, electric motor works on this principle. Electric generator works on this principle. Loudspeaker, microphone. 4 examples. In case if they ask for MCQs and all, you should know. Electric motor, generator, speaker and microphone. Next, we are going to study about electric motor only based on this. Okay. So first, electric current produces a magnetic field when exerts a force. We have studied already. Now, with a permanent magnet, what happens? With the help of an activity, we have studied that what happens. And Fleming's left hand rule also. Read the textbook thoroughly. Okay. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. I will explain it. But read it thoroughly. Whatever is given, no. Only thing what they have given there is when you are allowing current to pass through like this, it will move this side. And when you are reversing, what happens? Reversing the current, instead of moving like this, if the current moves this side, what happens? Just opposite to that it will happen. Okay? Read it thoroughly. Bye children.